If there's anything we're prone to collecting in the cloud age, it's small bits of important data. We're in need of a big old wallet. Azure's big old wallet option is the Key Vault. Now, the primary purpose of Key Vault is the storage of keys, certificates, and secrets. Now, why we would store these things specifically in Key Vault kind of depends on understanding what they're used for. So a key is part of what we call crypto communications or the public key infrastructure. So the way the key works is that it's a file generally, but sometimes it's just a string of text or information that's used to decrypt or encrypt a specific set of info or data. Obviously, going into exactly how that process works is probably a little outside of the realm of this video, but what you can basically understand is that this key is literally and figuratively a key. It allows you to access this information that has been encrypted by decrypting it using that string of information called the key. So we store the key in a safe place so that the encrypted information stays encrypted except for those who belong. Now, a certificate, this is sort of the other way around. A certificate is used as an ID, an identity. So a certificate can be used to access other information. Certificate can be used to encrypt or decrypt information based on identity. Certificates are commonly used to represent an application's identity to another application or service, which would allow secure communication to, say, Active Directory. We would want that traffic to be signed, and we sign it by giving a certificate to validate its identity. Secrets are a little bit more generic. These are basically just passwords or any other long amount of information that could be stored in text. You can get certificates, can come in blocks of text. And a certificate that's in a block text can be actually stored as a secret in just one really long sentence, essentially. Generally speaking, secrets are passwords of some flavor. It's common for secrets to be used as the method for saving or even having an encrypted conversation between networking devices. It's a very rudimentary, simple system, so it's very reliable and is very secure. So blah, 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 Key Vault's holding keys, secrets, certs. Now, how do we control access to these sensitive objects, these little bits of paper, if you will? Well, we have two options, right? We can go one way, which is going to be policy, and this is policy that's stored within the Key Vault itself, right? So Key Vault access policy. This basically just means that within Key Vault, and I'll show you what this looks like in the portal, it'll make way more sense there. But basically what it means is the Key Vault's going to say, well, these applications or these IPs or these entities are allowed to access these resources with these permissions specifically and only, right? Key Vault is going to be the controller of who can and cannot. Now, the other option for us is going to be using AD, right? So then if someone comes up and they're like, oh, hey, Key Vault, can I access that key? Key Vault's going to come over to Active Directory and ask Active Directory, hey, does user 1 here that's asking for access to the key, do they have access? And Active Directory will look at the RBAC listings, right? Role-based access control. So it's going to use the role-based access control, RBAC, to determine if user 1 has access to keys within the Key Vault. In the portal, we look for Key Vault. We can find Key Vaults pretty easily. Here's one I've got created. The creation process is actually pretty straightforward. We'll just pull that menu up pretty quickly here. There we go. Look at that. Pretty common. Subscription resource group, give us a name, where do you want it to live, and give us a pricing tier, and then a specific setting that's a security specification based on purging keys that are in a deleted state. Then we've got the access policy, but let's take a look at that in the live Key Vault. It's a little bit more modifiable. Here we go, looking at a Key Vault here, and we can see all kinds of things, but at this point we might be familiar enough with Azure that we're seeing the activity log and access control, events, down here monitoring, automation, all this stuff. This is normal. We see this everywhere. We just focus on the stuff that's not normal, that is specific to this type of resource, in this case a Key Vault. And you can see right away, keys, secrets, certificates. There's our 3 objects. What we're doing with them. Here's where our keys are, our secrets, our certificates, and here's the access policies. Okay, cool. So this is, we can see right away that we're in Vault access policy mode, which is just simply that The vault controls the accesses with its policies. Here's a policy, right? Current access policy. Here's my name. Here's a list of the resources that they've given me access to for keys, for secrets, and for certificates. And then we can delete it if we'd like. Now, what we could do is we could switch it over to the Azure role-based access control. And what this does is it changes the permission model so that Azure itself is going to own access. Now, let's take a look at that real quick. If we come up here to the top where it says access control, we'll just discard that. There we go. Role assignments. See that here? Okay. These are the role assignments that directly affect this resource. And then if we go over one more, we see roles. This is a list of all of the different roles that exist within Azure for managing Key Vaults. Key Vault Administrator, Key Vault Crypto Officer, Key Vault Reader. Let's see what else we got. Monitoring control. Well, monitoring is going to have access to everything. Log Analytics, same thing. You can see that we've got certificates, we've got secrets, and then crypto is the keys. Crypto user, crypto officer, certificates officer, secrets user. And then, of course, if we're using AD groups, we can always create our own, customize them from scratch. Key Vault's pretty cool. If you think about it as that digital wallet that your applications and users, remember that in the cloud, users and applications can access all the same things and have all the same tools at their disposal. So users' applications can use this digital wallet to access little bits of stored information that's really sensitive or important. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.